Well, I think the big issue is that there's a lot of incremental production coming online in the Permian Basin that does go into the WTI key hub. And right now there's not enough transportation capacity to get that oil down to the Gulf Coast so it can be exported. And that's why you're seeing the differentials out so wide.
When we look at the prices generally, I mean, they're not really going down. They have had a pretty positive trend the last few months. I mean, do you see $100 a barrel as a realistic prospect down the line?
I think there is a prospect for it. Now, I would give you the caveat that it would mean a situation where the U.S. does impose sanctions on Iran that takes 1 million barrels a day offline, where Venezuela continues to slide, and more demand stays strong. If those three things all come together, then I think we could definitely see $100 oil this year.
How worried should people be about the situation in Venezuela in terms of their production capacity? Could you see that slipping to almost zero?
It's certainly possible. It's always hard to say zero, but certainly Venezuela is losing 50,000 barrels a day per month, and it's just seemingly going down in a straight line. There are a lot of incremental potential issues. Venezuela needs to buy light crude to blend with their heavy crude, and if they don't have the financial capability to do that, then we could see a further drop in their production.
We hear from the Saudis they like the current level. It suits them very well, and of course we've heard about those production caps being maintained. Do you suspect that actually they'd see prices a little higher and be happy about that?
I think they and their Russian partners are having a lot of discussions around price right now. I do think it's a situation where OPEC, when they meet on June 22nd, is going to have to at least discuss the pricing levels and the fact that they've achieved a lot of their objectives. I would expect that we get some sort of statement out of the Saudis along the lines of we will step in to replace any lost Iranian production that is a result of the sanctions.
Just talking about Permian Basin in terms of the production in the U.S., is that something you again would see continuing to increase?
Well, certainly it's going to continue to increase. This is a place where oil can be produced profitably in the low 40s. The issue right now, though, as I mentioned before, is that there's not enough pipeline capacity to actually get that crude to market. So I think that we could actually see in the near term U.S. production may be disappointing, although over the longer term trend it's going to continue to move.
So long term, next 6 months, what are you seeing as a price for Brent and WTI?
Well, the price has gotten well ahead of our forecast. We have a $64 forecast for this year, but I would say that the market is extremely tight. I think that the market will continue to push up from here. I don't think it's impossible, as I say, that we could see $100 oil in the back half of the year if everything converges, but I certainly think that 80 is a price that we'll see again in the relatively near term.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gammel from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.